Good morning. It says I'm live. I'd like to just assume it's telling me the truth, but generally it doesn't. And it also says I have audio. Always good. How's everybody doing this morning? I am so unsituated. I've been unsituated since last week. I ain't done nothing until Sunday. I told my cousin, I said, somebody's praying for me. My ribs finally stopped hurting. Cleaned up my mess so I could get over here and get the stuff done for her. I had promised her. Look at all that chat go. Pretty Blue Names are my moderators, and they have the ability to put in links, to time people out, to block people from the chat if you're being, a little risque, because we don't do that here. Well, that attempt not to be a dork lasted like 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. How long did it last? Less than 60 seconds. So let's say good morning. I can only scroll back up to Fern. Good morning, Fern. Good morning, Sylvia, who is You and Me FPP. She is a moderator. Good morning, Melissa, who is Practically Creative, also a moderator. And by the time I get done, sometimes I forget to say thank you to them. So thank you guys for coming this morning and every morning and putting up with me throughout live and putting in all the links. My moderators work hard. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah. Morning. Let's see. Oh, may or may not be caught up on my good mornings. Good morning, Dee Dee. I barely saw you before you scrolled off the screen. And thank you, Melissa. I wasn't hinting for links, but we're gonna get some spam over here. That would be my friends' links, my moderators' links, because I think that everybody should enjoy them. Good morning, Mom Pop Quilt Shop, Laurelyn. And she is live after my live today at 11 Eastern time. I always have to think about this. At 11 Eastern time, they have a couple of video drops during the week. And then they have a live on Saturday also. If you haven't checked them out, especially if it's raining in your area, if it's cold in your area, head over there and enjoy the sunshine. And I'm talking about Laura Lynn, the mom side, mom. Oh, goodness. Pardon me while I drink my coffee. And by the way, if I haven't introduced myself, hi, I'm Coleen. Welcome to my sewing and chatting channel. Chatting in my lives, it's not mandatory. Feel free to lurk. I do. I do a lot. Especially when I'm watching from my TV and I can't get to my monitor, which was the case this last week. Let's see. What are we doing? Don't know what we're doing. Let's see what the rest of us are doing. And my hair is completely had a mind of its own today. Let's see. Oh, Dee Dee says, I'm taking a break today from all social media. I'm watching you today, and then I'm signing off for 24 hours. Time to recharge the mental battery. I get that, girlfriend. And thank you for coming for me. I appreciate that. Hanging out with me this morning. And we're going to have a happy time. And I do. I totally understand. I totally understand needing to recharge. I call it not decompressing. What did I call that? For a long time, I called it tech detox. Need a tech detox. It happens. Laura Lynn says, good morning, and she's working away in the shop and listening. Thank you. I appreciate it. You just work. You have beautiful things to create. And then share with us. Don't want to forget to share with us because it inspires us. Oh, I'm just tired this morning. I went to bed early last night. Thank goodness I didn't go to sleep because the neighbors decided, I don't know what kind of holiday was last night. What was yesterday? It was the 23rd here in the U.S. on a Monday. They decided it was time for fireworks. It's normal to hear fireworks out here on the weekends before the 4th of July. For weeks, going up to the 4th of July, because not everybody has the 4th of July off. So some people do it a little bit earlier, you know, some people just do it for fun earlier. So they set off fireworks here. They're legal here as long as you're not in the city limits, as far as I know. That way for me. But they started going off and booming, and I was thankful I didn't fall asleep, because had I fallen asleep, it would be like being electrocuted. Fireworks and thunder. I have had brain fog for like a week. I know they're working, Mom is working on a scrappy project Saturday. I watched the live Tuesday and I couldn't tell you what it was about. I'm not sure I could tell you anything about last week. I get brain fog when fibro kicks in. So I have a couple things I can sew on. I'm going to drink some more coffee. I got the giant coffee this morning in hopes that it would help. It hasn't. But it makes us 4. This should have been well kicked in. By the way, my friend Dee Dee at My Big Tidy Up, she does all things tidying, cleaning, decluttering, organizing. She says simple DIYs, but I think she's getting braver and braver, I think. And we're going to keep encouraging her. I still have tiles to cut from my bathroom. I really did not enjoy. I have a shield now for my face, but I did it before I got the shield for my face. I did not enjoy those little pieces of tile ceramic popping up and hit me in the face. I can't remember if it's ceramic or porcelain now, but I didn't enjoy that, and I think that's why I'm procrastinating it, because normally when I start something, I have to finish it or my brain drives me crazy. Right now it's going, you don't got it. Nobody sees that bathroom. Nobody's going to know you didn't do it until you open your big mouth. Melissa says brain fog. I understand that one. And then she says, I'm resharpening my research skills here lately. Oh, nice. Sylvia says, I got brain fog all the time. You get a lot accomplished with your brain fog. Mine tends to shut me down. I was creating the blocks and the patterns nonstop, almost 24 hours a day. My mind was working on that. It was working on computer stuff to design that and stuff almost 24 hours a day, and it just decided to stop a couple weeks ago. So I'm letting it. And I'm working on UFOs or, starting new projects I don't intend to finish anytime soon. I still need 2 small blocks to go with these 2 down here to finish Patriotic City Lights. All the blocks I made are free patterns underneath the live videos and on my community page. You should find a link to my community page underneath this video if you want a quick way to find it. Also, there are links to my friends, my moderators, all those people I enjoy watching. And if you go to my landing page, there is more things that I enjoy. There's shops that I enjoy, smaller shops that I enjoy. Of course, you'd have to go to their page and then click their links to their shop to see them. They're worth it. Speaking of shopping, our friend Halo, her name's Angel, company's Halo, family company's Halo. She's in Virginia. She's a fabric enabler. I saw she got a new, I don't remember what the name is. It's the Quilt book. Quilt. That was pretty pleasant. Something like this from C&T Publishing. And I was like, oh, great. Now, let's see. I have several of these left to do because I'll randomly pick out of these when I finally decide on a setting for them, because I don't want to do an entire sampler block again. I really enjoyed the City Lights pattern from 3 Yard Quilts, and just instead of the focal fabrics they used, adding my own blocks in there. I really enjoyed that. And I just pick randomly from this or from the card decks of theirs, and I make it a completely different size, because why wouldn't I make this harder? But my brain usually enjoys that quite a bit. Last block, it decided to shut down because it's FPP and it didn't want to do it. I like FPP. It apparently is on strike. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate that. Sylvia's put in halos. Like, oh, and there is a shop link in the chat. I forgot that. I put that in there. And if you haven't checked out Fat Quarter Shop and Missouri Star sales, you should check them out. I saw they had a Corioder half-yard bundle on sale. I won't be getting it, but, if you can and it makes your heart happy, you so should. But I think my next designer love affair will be Sherry and Chelsea. I think they're My Quilting Life on YouTube. I don't think I have a link to them, but their aesthetic is very much like Corioder's, who I am in love with. Don't tell anybody. And she has a block of the month going right now. She is on block 6. I have gotten up to block 4, which are the ones on the outside here. Let's see what's down there. Nope, that's not it. But there are free blocks over on her channel. I also have a link to her on my community page. So we're doing a lot of chatting. Let's see, what did I do? Well, my ribs finally stopped hurting and I could stand up straight and breathe. I have scoliosis and my ribs are like this. I can bend over to pick something up and then twist just right and hit muscles, and then I get fibromyalgia flares, and it's just a thing. It happens. It hasn't happened in a long time, which I'm grateful for. So I should not be whining that it went on for almost a week. But what I did do after I came out of that and was able to do, which I need to fix this. I told my cousin yesterday, it's like I always wash things before I gift them. Quilts, these hooded towels, just in case they come apart, which I haven't had happen before. I have one that has a little bitty hole that I have to fix in it, a quilt, but I haven't had these come apart before. I've made several. There's tutorials on this on my channel. I need a lint roller taken to this thing. But I was making this for her, and look what happened after I washed it. That hole is not supposed to be there, so I'm going to hand sew that together. But it was the Geese, and I had to use fabric, so I didn't. And then that's just a football. I did it with this machine. I don't know how I feel about this. Sometimes the stitches look really nice to me, and other times it's like I can still see the white. But does that bother me? Does it bother me? Not enough to fix it. And I wanted, I had Delusions of Grandeur. I wanted a red top, but it had to be the right color red. I found the right color of red towel. They sold out. They ran out. Whatever happened. I went into the stores and I was looking for another one, and I couldn't find the right color red because I was going to do a helmet. Do some of these Delusions of Grandeur, So this is just a full-sized normal towel and a hand towel, and there are no exposed seams. Everything is covered up except for this hole back here that does not belong here, and that didn't. So I get my printer, I print off the name with about a 2-inch, I figured, I am seeing yellow all over the place today, a 2-inch font that I can mimic with this, because this is not the fancy kind that you just put in your picture, you put in the alphabet. This does have an alphabet that is like this big. So put in your alphabet and it just goes to work. You just watch it. No. And yesterday I found out, well, I had my walking foot on because I thought I was smart that way. It turns out walking foot was not working for me. But I left the walking foot on. It was probably a bad idea, but I did anyway. I dropped my feed dogs and I decided to go for it. Just the zigzag stitch, a tight zigzag stitch with the feed dogs drop. That way I knew that these stitches were all close enough together. So anyway, I did that. Let's see, where was I in chat? There's a bird visitor out there. It got my attention. Oh. I missed something Deborah said. Car research rabbit holes here. Yep, those two. Not accomplished much. And it might be the summertime. You know, I'm more inclined to do in the wintertime. And it's not because I want to be outside, although I would like to be outside. The sun and I don't get along anymore. It's warmer. So when you do stuff, you get hotter faster. And if you got your own personal summer going on, it's like, eh. But, where did I go? Oh, talking about cars. Sylvia said, oh, Fern says, love the patch. Thank you. Sylvia says, great towel wrap. Morning all. Haven't gone to bed yet. Oh, no, Tracy, you and my son are on the same time schedule, I think. I tried to tell him it was nap time. Get this set aside. He told me, no, he's not taking naps, and I was mean. And he's in his 20s, in case you didn't know. Go get in Mama's bed. Just take that quilt and put it over you, and you'll go right to sleep. I don't want a nap. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I'm terrible. Good morning, Tracy. Oh. Just running off. Everybody saying hi. So, oh, Tracy must be exhausted. Oh, Tracy, I was watching Tori's. I had to rewatch it because my husband took over the TV yesterday when he got home. I had it on news. I took it off news to watch Tori. Seems legit. I said it right that time. She was doing a market Q&A kind of thing on hers, and I thought it was interesting. But I had to wait till my husband was done watching the news. So we got that. And I finished the professional tote. And I found out many things when I made this. This is the first one I've ever made. This is only the second pattern I followed. The first one was that little Mickey Mouse. What's it called? Crossbody that I made. So totally new experience. I think I explained it last week. But I had to put the handles on yet. I don't like the handles. They need foam or batting or something in them because all it has is that heavy stabilizer, and I don't like the feel of that, but that's okay. I did put a piece of foam right here, but it's really neoprene. Just trying to make that a little bit softer, but it didn't work so well, and I was going to redo it. So I got a little breadcrumb binder there, and I've got a little heart. You probably can't see it. There's a heart here, but it's got a zipper. It's got a pocket. It's got pockets on the side. And I asked my cousin, I said, I don't know how Mama feels about the Chiefs because I know Daddy loves the Chiefs, which is why the towel. I said, would she like this bag? And she's like, oh, she'd love it. So then I'd have to finish it. And this, my stitching is a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Put a white zipper on this. I would like to say it was completely intentional, but I couldn't find any more black ones in my stuff over here. So, and I added, y'all are thinking weird. Washing bags. The lingerie washing bags are fairly inexpensive when you find them. I took one. I think there may be supposed to be a pocket. There was something supposed to be over here. I forgot to put it in there. I didn't make it. I don't know what happened. So I sewed that into the liner with the zipper still on it. Thank you, Laura Lynn. Laura Lynn says, love that professional bag. Thank you. You inspired it. I was watching her do it. And you know that information goes into your head and you just file it until you need it. And then I needed it. So I thought this would be great, you know, to put clothes in, maybe put soiled clothes in if you need to, and you can just take it back out, get a wet bag, stick it in there. That way it's not falling down in the bottom because this thing is deep. I don't know if it looks really deep, but it is deep. And I want to make more because I think that'd make great, except for I would put it's not called netting. What is that called? I don't know what it's called. Mesh. I would put mesh on one side inside with a couple of bottle holders, and this will hold this water bottle. So I know it'll hold the baby bottle comfortably, and it should hold it to where it's not going to fall out on you. I've had them fall out. It's a really nice deep pocket. It is. I followed the entire pattern, which I don't follow patterns too often. The only trouble I had was this top part, and that's because my machine was having trouble with it. And then Tracy, being the genius that she is, just make the seam allowance a little bit bigger. I put this thing in timeout for probably a week or two, and I was like, okay, I can't figure it out. I can't figure out how to get that where it needs to be in there. And she comes up with just like the same amounts of duh. So, and that was after I cut my lining for the contrast fabric. But you can see that's a contrast fabric. So it worked out just fine. But she talked me off that too. I was like, oh, I have just messed this all up. In reality, I hadn't. So got those two finished, all my loose ends tied down. Well, except for that hole I have to fix. That was, oh, good morning, good morning. I see peoples. Let's see. Let me scroll up, please. I apologize if I miss you. Well, send me to bed. I'll take a nap. I know I was there too this morning. I was like 4 o'clock. I got up and I just want to go back to bed. Laura says, I hate naps. I feel like I have things to do, but I also feel like my body needs it sometimes. Exactly. I cannot, that couch in our living room, that's laying down couch. I have a recliner, but laying down on the couch is more comfortable. I can put my feet up, get the pressure off my spine. I go over there, turn the YouTube on, find somebody to watch, and I fall asleep. Well, I doze. I don't really fall asleep. I doze. It's like, I don't know when I got this age that I'm falling asleep in the middle of the day, but I don't like it. I got things to do too, or things to watch at the very least. Oh no, Tracy, that's not good. Sylvia says, she says, go take a nap, sweetie. You heard Mom. Go take a nap. And Fern says she hasn't slept either. Retired now. Body still thinks I'm on third shift. I worked third shift for a long time. That's not fun. Sylvia says, the tote is adorable. Well done, Coleen. Thank you, Sylvia. Good morning, Sherry. Did I say good morning, Sherry? Good morning, Sherry, because I didn't. And good morning, Wendy, who is Gypsy Woman. Good morning, good morning. And Tracy says, oh, bag looks fantastic. Thank you. I was excited about those handles. I was feeling pretty clever. I hope it holds together. I didn't wash that before I'm giving it away. I was kind of scared too. I told her that too. Or if I haven't, I'm going to. Oh, good morning. Good morning. And I think I saw Laura Lynn's. Love that professional tote. Yes, I did. Who cares? It adds character, Tracy says. Yes. And wow, go you. Thank you. Appreciate all the atta girls. I appreciate them. I really do. They keep me going. And this one cousin of mine, she is so, so supportive. Good morning, Deb. Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter. Good morning. Good morning. And now, ooh, I think I saw Halo come in. If I didn't say good morning, good morning. My brain is trying so hard not to miss things. Now it's going to repeat everything. Yeah. Tracy says, hey, I told you, if Janome could do it, your brother could. Yeah. Could sew that. And it did. No, not having. Read somewhere that taking naps can add years to your life. Deborah says, my parents are going to live forever. My mom falls asleep on the phone during conversations. We'll just get on the phone. Next thing I know, I'm talking and there's dead silence. Mom, and I could scream it. I don't know if she's dropped the phone or what. For long, she's going to be like a little kid, falling asleep as she may already fall asleep as she's eating. I think my dad may fall asleep outside too. Oh, I'll be there one day. Don't worry. Melissa says I'm back to napping when the baby naps. My baby Sheen's puppy. When the puppy naps. Oh, so because my ribs were hurting all week and I had the fog going, trying to breathe without hurting, it's insanely ridiculous. I know. Doctors are useless, which is why I didn't go to mine. I knew it'd stop when it stopped, and that's just how my body works. But so I didn't have much time to plan because I really needed to get that stuff done for my cousin. Hopefully she stops by sometime this week. I need to text her that that will be ready as soon as I get off the live. That the hole that I have there I should have a hole. I'll stitch that up real quick. Okay. Let's see. So he says, my dad used to fall asleep watching TV. Then if you turned it over, he'd wake up saying, I was watching that. Well, you're snoring now. My dad does that. Oh, he does that. He gets so mad. I'm surprised he can't see people walking in front of it because the TV and his chair and my mom's chair, it's not a huge room. And they've got the TV sitting to where if you want to go over to the couch, you have to go in front of them to get to the couch, the only other place to sit. If you go in front of my dad while he's watching TV, he used to have a switch, and I'm not talking the fun game one, by his chair. That's all it took, was seeing that switch by his chair to know you need to go out the back door and run to the front if you want to go to that side of that room. And then you get in trouble for going in and out of the house. Now, my husband has always been good about napping, but and I may have told the story already about him because I love telling stories about how horrible he is. There's plenty about me though. You just don't get to hear him as often. When I had our last son, I was awake for 3 days when I went into labor. No, 2 days. I was awake for 2 days when I went into labor. I had the baby. I was awake all that night. It was like 11 o'clock at night, I think, when I had him. So I was awake all that night. He wanted the baby in the room, period. I was like, okay, I need some sleep. It's been days now. I need some sleep. I just had a child. The nurse tells him, the sweetheart that she is, oh, nobody's in that bed next to her. There's nobody scheduled to come into it. You just lay down over there and take a nap if you want to. So he tells them bring the baby back in the room as soon as I was like, they have to take him to do the vitals and all that good stuff. Let them do their job and let me go to sleep for a minute. The baby comes back in. He doesn't let him go out 5 seconds before he's telling the nurse, bring him right back in. And of course, he's keeping me awake. He lays there on that bed, gets the baby cuddled up next to him while I'm nice and agitated now and having just had a baby. He lays over there and goes to sleep. Him and that son of his just slept like logs while I sat there and fumed because I now could not go to sleep. The baby was going to cry because he was hungry at any moment. It's like, you're lucky you lived through that. But he'd take naps after our last one was born. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to take a nap. Because I knew he'd be there to watch all the boys. Our boys weren't old enough to leave unattended at all. I'd go take a nap. I'd go lay down on the bed within seconds. He was in there. I was like, what are you doing? I'm taking it up. Who's watching the kids? Oh, they're fine. He's lucky he made it. Oh, another Coleen is here. Good morning, Coleen. It is so weird saying my own name. Good morning. It's good to see you again. And welcome to all the new people. Welcome back to all those returning. And welcome those who are just hanging out for a little bit for something to do. That's what we're all doing this morning. Just got to have a break sometimes. And I was going to do that star that I posted a short of. I actually have the strips to put on it. But after hang on a second, it's on the floor. There's lots of Y seams. I did lots of Y seams. This was not planned well, but Y seams don't bother me. After I did this, my ribs had enough. That wasn't very much sewing, but they let me do that much, and I thought, well, I'll just do the rest later. Did pretty good. You want to see the center? See if we get it focused. Give it a second. Ignore the ironing job that I did. By the way, friends don't look at friends' seams. I always say that too late. If you don't know that by now, you should know that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this black, and apparently I've cut it at 3 inches. That was supposed to be, no, it's 2.5. For some reason, it looked like 3 to me today. Okay, 2.5 inches. So there should be 2 inches between here, and I'm hoping that it helps these colors all pop. This is Tula Pink Fabrics, Curiouser and Curiouser. I remember this time. I know, right, Tracy? Oh, the air conditioner. Let's see. Deborah says, this darn air conditioner is going to kill me. I'd love to go outside to get warm. I'm plenty warm right now, but in a little bit, I'm going to be freezing again. And I could go outside to get warm because it's going to be in the 90s. So it feels like a lot hotter all week here in Missouri. Good swimming weather. Actually, good fishing weather, too. In the shade. Fishing in the shade weather. For instance, my husband does that too. LOL. Bill does that too, Deborah says. And then Coleen came in and said good morning to me and all. Tracy says, oh, that man needed cast iron treatment. Well, I know, right? Is this just I don't think that it's a true story. Maybe it is. But I think I've heard Melissa maybe actually say something like this too. My mom tells where a woman back in, who knows when, probably pre-electricity times, husband was acting, I don't know what the husband had done. She waited for him to go to bed. It may have been beating on her. She waited for him to go to bed, sewed him up in the sheets, and beat him with a cast iron skillet. I don't know if that was common back then, because I swear that's not the only time I've heard it. My mom told the story too. And I'm thinking, maybe we need to do that more often. I'm not condoning violence, but Mama needs a nap sometimes. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I'll get it back down. We love our husbands, though. I keep telling you, if he starts watching, I'm not going to talk about them less. And if you need my attention, exclamation COLEEN will get my attention. It brings my name up in orange so I can see it in the chat. It may take me a minute because I see things just a little bit later than you guys do. There is some lag time. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, thank you. And that is Sylvia showing you how it's done. No spaces. It doesn't matter if it's caps or lowercase. I can't think of that word. Let's see. It's only 14 degrees here today. Brr, Sylvia says. Ooh, love the swirl in the middle. Fern said, thank you. Appreciate that. She's talking to the flock. And Melissa says, my granny did that with a broom to my grandpa. The sheet treatment. Just saying. Grandpa probably straightened up a little bit after that. If he didn't, you just can't teach some people. Sell him into a sheet and let him fight his way out of it. Sylvia said. Oh, Melissa says, can't imagine why they divorced. So, wow. Anyway, I was going to try to sew a little bit on these. They're going to have to be cut because I didn't cut any of them. I'm just going to stick them right on here. I don't know how much I'm going to sew. I do know I should be sitting back in this chair and not forward on the edge. I did over a dozen reviews yesterday of things that I got from Amazon Vine, and I have a box over here full of things that I still need to review. I marked these, but where did I mark these? There they are. I used a friction pin in the seam allowance. Sometimes not in the seam allowance. I'm pretty sure there's some right in the middle. Quickly before I took my clips off so I could move them. Let's see. So oh, that's right. I marked the two sides. I was thinking there should be two sides of them. Let's put them on this way. I have to be careful because this is a lot of bias. And there's a duck pleat right there trying to stay. Don't want to sew that in. That's all I'm doing. And this isn't a pattern. This is just, in fact, all of these. What happened was I was going to follow Donna Jordan's video, and it was shortly before she passed, on making the star because I was like, I can do that. Let's try that now, since it's been a few years since I started sewing. And then I realized that I used the 30-degree line on my ruler instead of the 60-degree line. So I'm going to pull that duck pleat out carefully, flatten that. And you can't just sit there, you have to move. I kind of put my feet down so back up. I knew I was going to do that. I'm not pulling them, I'm not stretching them. Well, okay, I am right there. That's when it wants to pleat because I didn't iron it well. I should have taken allergy pill. Going to do laundry and try to get some sewing in today, Deborah says. See, I need to turn these because my head did not like how I just had it. When I open them, yeah, I'll have some scraps. It'll be fine. This is just a killing time for fun. My brain needed that. It would help if my brain stopped trying to mess with everybody's patterns that it does. Every time it sees a pattern, it's like, oh, I want to make that. And then I start making it. No, I want to change that. Because patterns are suggestions, as I've been told several times. Oh, I hate flies. Melissa says, I'm fighting flies. Cows, horses, as the nearest neighbors, attract lots of flying bugs. Yep. There's a pasture not way back there, but just in back of us. I feel your pain, Melissa. And I was, Saturday, I think it was, when it was sunny, out in Nova Scotia. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. They were showing a peek out their window like they do. You could see the weather and how beautiful that was. And I thought, oh, the house we rented for 14 years, that was the view I saw every day. We had a big patio door, double patio door. I would go out on the porch because we had a tin roof over the porch. I would go out there every day and sit. I would just sit and take something to drink. I would just sit out there and enjoy the quiet and the view, and I loved seeing that view. Make sure I'm picking these up right. Deborah's just drinking her second cup of coffee. Brain fog is lifting. That's what I was hoping with the giant coffee. I'm not sure it's going to make it, though. These two will be cut off even, I think. Like I said, I haven't really thought this through. It was an idea. I may have to tweak. I will do more Y seams. Which I erroneously credited Sylvia with teaching me how to do. This is right sides together. Until Sylvia told me that she didn't. And now I'm thinking it had to be one or two other people. Moreland or Donna Jordan. It had to be. I wasn't watching that many people do Y seams. Keep meaning to go back and look. I'd really like to know where I got it from. You mark your 1/4 inch, you sew up to it, back stitch, don't go over that dot, and then you stop and then you turn it instead of just pivoting. It works better for me. Sure my seams don't flip over on me. I'm not pressing my luck and stuff. Let's see, Wendy says, Gypsy Woman. I finished a quilt and made 2 pillows this past weekend. Now I'm working on a mini backpack. Oh, awesome. I'm designing that one. It's in the floor. See, this is carefully put where it is to hide the stacks underneath that bar of things. There's stacks. And in back of that, on the floor, is my backpack for my daughter-in-law, the testing one. She's going to come over and tell me where she wants 2 things at once. I am not the master. Where she wants pockets at and things like that. And I shouldn't be squishing. When I say squishing, I mean I'm doing this. You're not supposed to do that. And you're supposed to set your seam. Oh, all the things you should do. Wrinkle up back there, but that's okay. Look at that. I set a seam. Trying to push it back without making a mess of it because this is bias, so it's really stretchy. The bias is the stretchy parts. Also says, I'm pretty sure that's for Wendy. I'm glad you didn't overwork yourself. Wendy is just a machine. Ouch. I didn't touch the iron with my phone. What kind of nut does that? Turn that down too. They'll be okay back there. Tracy says who? I do what I want. Sylvie says, LOL, me too. I noticed I had pleats in here that I need to iron out, but I was trying not to iron too much until I got them in more stable. Like this piece is stabilizing the block. I really shouldn't try too hard on the rest of it until I get another stabilizing piece here so this doesn't stretch. You can barely see my fingers, I'm sorry. So it doesn't stretch out on me. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen is Campbell's Creations, learning to quilt at Stitches ES 300. Good morning. It's good to see you. And I saw your community post, and I was like, oh, that is such a good idea. It's hot out there. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. I can't remember what else. I think that's what the post said. But also check on your neighbors, check on the elderly, and I'll stop clapping my hands at you. Make sure they're doing okay. This hot weather is hard on people. I'm just going to, I'm going to tilt you a little bit. Please close your eyes if you get vertigo. Because I feel like somebody's going, I can't see your hands, Coleen. Oh, and Miss Ellen has a channel. So I was talking about her community page. But I'm just going to follow this line. But like I said, I don't have a pattern. Wing it. What was that line? Now looking at all the lines on my ruler because it's got my attention. And I went a different one. Just a second. Oh, Tracy, I was going to show you something. This is part of the practice, so don't be too judgy. This is the Wayfarer 2.0 convertible strap. It can be a crossbody or a backpack. My stitching is not straight over here. That's okay. I was thinking I wanted it wider. I'm going to have to ask her. I'll finish this one. And if she wants it wider, it's got foam in there and a little bit of paper because I needed help with it not sticking to my plate. So I put masking tape on my foot and I put a piece. I have lots of large pieces of my newsprint. I put my newsprint underneath it. That worked really well to stop it from sticking. And then it didn't have too much trouble. Didn't you tell me? Tracy says, yes, the convertible, love that. I showed it to my daughter-in-law and I was like, how do you feel about this? And she's like, yes, love it. So I was like, okay, I'll figure out how to make it. But Tracy, didn't you tell me that you made these straps go all the way up in it? Because after I put it together, I thought that's what I was going to do. It would make it really stable. Oh, I already say good morning to Miss Ellen. We love Miss Ellen. And if your heart's missing some testimony, I'm telling you, she does you good. And she sings. She's a rebel. But Tracy, didn't you say that you put the, you made the strap to go all the way up it? And she says, I love you all too. No, they don't, but you could if you want to. The strap, no, the strap, the way the pattern's written is only right here. But I was thinking Tracy maybe said that maybe I'm hallucinating. But I love it. I think it is so neat. I was impressed that it looked like something once I got it together. I was watching a tutorial because I like watching better than reading the patterns. Actually, I read the pattern and then I was like, okay, I need more help. And where's the cutter that has the new blade? Clearly it's ran away. We're not going to judge this one. We're just having fun chatting. Not doing much of anything really this morning. I'm lining it up on this one, and I'm going to follow that line through. Do the same thing over here. Tracy says, looks great. Thank you, Tracy. Tell you, when I'm stuck, I call on Tracy because she can video chat with me. I'll line this line with my ruler. Now, if I get the other side done, I'll put a picture up. My ribs are starting to act up again. It's just what they do. Oh, I don't want to lay down anymore. Don't want to. And I'm not exactly sure what this is going to be, but in my head, it's going to look pretty. And I'm hoping, I feel like I'm starting to think in quilty terms again. After trying to figure out bag making. I can probably say that in my scraps. I know what happened to me last week. I was like, did I take a muscle relaxer last week after my live? I did. I'm going to even this one up a little bit because I got a little bit uneven side there. There we go. That's even. And I save scraps usually at least 1 inch. I will save for something else. FPP is fantabulous for using scraps, which was going to be another option for me to do this morning. Finish up those last two for the last block on the Show Me City Lights. But I didn't want to. Tired of making excuses. I was just straight up, I didn't want to. Didn't want to. Now this is Tula Pink. It's a 2-year-old line from Tula Pink. She has amazing fabrics out all the time, and Halo has them in, and she has several that are just, I need quieter fabrics though, for my mind most of the time, and she's got some quiet ones, some tone, not tone on tone, like gray, white, I don't know. Gorgeous. Plus she has, I'm pretty sure I saw it. I try not to tell stories. Sometimes I make things up. Sometimes I don't have updated information. She still has a quilt kit. Tula's new quilt kit. I think she still has one of those in the well, it's on. I can't tell you how many she has. It was on this side. See what I mean? Making things up. Oh. Since I did this side, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. What time is it? We got a few more minutes. I'll tell you what. Thank you for letting me through. I pray every night before my lives. And the next one I am going to put on. I'm going to get it past this edge. Just like that. Except for I'm going to turn it this way. Those two edges to line up. And follow through on that one. So I need this. I need this. So when I cut it, this way, it cuts straight. So we're going to go about there. And let's see, last week, I believe, Kayla was live with Handy Quilter, and I'm telling you, long arms. It is so good that I know we don't have the budget for it, because I was like, I don't want it. One of these days, if I wasn't spending all this money on other stuff, it's choices. So I've got my right sides together. I'm not going to pull this. I'm just laying it. Can't tell, but my hands are very loose on that, because I don't want to stretch my fabrics. I had to keep telling myself that. I still have to tell myself that clearly. Don't pull. Don't pull. Just lay them down and let them do their thing. Now, ideally, I would have measured this and had the exact size. Okay. I have 2 foot pedals underneath me. One goes to this machine. I'm hitting the wrong one. I could have pinned this. I could have clipped it. I could have glued it. Now this one will get cut that way, so I can add another one pretty close. I don't know why I'm trying to do good with angles, because okay, there's my X. Why is it different? Oh, just do it as it says. Put an X over there so you can sew it. Coleen says, gotta go. I will see you maybe tomorrow. Yay. Deb says, bye. Bye. Have a good day. Stay safe. Think kind thoughts. Okay, this one is going to go that way. I think we're okay. And this one is close. We're going to wrap it up really soon anyway. Because I pushed my ribs last week. And I don't think I'm going to this week. At least not right now. You need a break. I have a thing that I wear around my waist. I only have one. It's in the laundry, so I should get another. See how these are looking right now. Set the seam. I want to roll it back, not force it back. And I can't pull a whole lot because stretch. Well, at least I got one at the right angle. This jump is hard to see. So this should be 2 1/4 there. I'm just following this line this time. Like I said, I don't have a plan. I have an idea. I'll figure out what to do with the other sides of this after I get them all done. Like that. But I had this sitting since, well, since what, February? I've had this sitting. I'm going to have to trim that down. How was I going to do that? Yep, I think we're going to trim that down to probably 1 inch. Don't know. That's the idea. Did I put that on the wrong side? See, now I'm questioning. Because the idea was to put them right there. And this angle is not the same as this angle, so why who knows? They're all going to get all the way around anyway. I was just going to stop after I did the ones next to it, so figure out that, oh, I like it over here. See, when you turn it, it changes. This will have a circle started here, and this will be 2 colors. That's why it's fun. I get to do what I want to do. Figure it out as I go along. Some people may not enjoy that. I do. Thank you for keeping me company while I did a little bit of sewing. I'm going to tilt really quick. There we go. All done. All done with the tilting. Good. I know I put that on the wrong side, so why? See, now I'm going to... This one's on the right side. Okay, I just put that one on the wrong side, which is fine. Good to know. Because now it will do what my head thought it would do, which is go over here like this. All right. That's fine. I was going to put them around all the way around anyway eventually. Okay. I thought I had that one laying down wrong. I thought I had one of them laying down wrong. I wasn't sure which one. If I haven't messed it up, well, then I didn't make it. Sylvia says, well, look cute when you're done. And Miss Ellen says, that's beautiful, Coleen. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it, and that's what counts. Other people's opinions about what you should do, how it's supposed to be done, their opinions. You can hear them. You can smile and say thank you and do your own thing. If it fails, and you've got nobody but yourself to blame. If you succeed, that's good too. That's what I think when I'm doing everything anyway. So I hope you all have a great week. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out the moderators, my friends over here in the chat. Their links will be below. Their links are over in the chat box. Pointed the right direction. So proud of myself. Their links will be over in the chat box, and there's always more people to find on my community tab. And on the 8th of every month, there's a block of the month with my friend Melissa at Practically Creative, Sylvia, you and me, FPP, at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And don't forget to go check out Mom and Pop. If you don't cross stitch, it's okay. I don't cross stitch. We just go there for the sunshine. Sunshine and good time. That's what that should be called, sunshine and good time. Giving everybody a chance to say goodbye. Have a great day. And if you're in a live with moderators, thank you, moderators, for being there. They take time out of their day to help out content creators so that they can do what they do. Oh, Miss Ellen, you're welcome. So have a great day. Take care. Lead with kindness and be the light you want to see in others.